In the previous video, you have learned about the medium of information richness. Okay, although various communication media are used, communication in organization tend to flow in certain patterns. The pathway along with information flow in groups and teams and throughout an organization are called as communication network. So basically, type of communication networks will depend on, okay, the first one is the nature of the group task. Okay, what are the responsibility of the task of the group? Then the extent to which group member needs to communicate with each other to achieve the goal, the group goal. So these are the two things that will determine the types of communication network in the organization. The first types of communication network in group and team, as you can refer to the slide, is known as wheel network. So information flow to and from one central member. Other group members do not communicate with each other. Often used in command group with full task interdependent like taxi driver reporting to a dispatcher. So this wheel network, for example, I am the manager and then I distribute the information to A, B, C, D. But A, B, C, D then will not communicate the information with each other. That is wheel network. Second types of communication network in group teams is known as chain network. Member only communicate with the people next to them in the sequence. Okay, this is found in group with sequential task interdependent such as in assembly line group. Okay, for example, you can take a look at this one. Okay, so member will only communicate with someone or somebody next to them, next to him or next to her. Okay, so they will not communicate with other people. Okay, so that is known as chain network. And usually, okay, this chain network will be implemented, will be used by group with sequential task interdependent, meaning that their work is interdependent, bergantung antara satu sama lain, berturutan. Kerja-kerja dia orang adalah berturutan. Daripada A, dia perlu pergi pada proses B. And then proses B baru pergi pada proses C. Dan C pergi pada D, D pergi pada E. So, A akan communicate dengan B usually in the chain network. Dia tak akan communicate dengan C, D ataupun E. That is chain network. The third communication network in group and team is known as wheel and chain that circle network. Okay, so circle network, okay, this one, as you can see from the slide. So this is the circle network. Okay, member communicate with other close to them in terms of expertise, experience and location. For example, member of task force and standing committee. Okay, this circle network are most often found in group that are not team. Okay, so member within this group, okay, will communicate with other close to them in terms of expertise, experience and location. So they will communicate with each other about the things that I mentioned just now. And then number 4, communication network in group and task teams is known as all channel network. So this is the all channel network. So these are network found in team with high level of communication between each member and all other. Top management teams, cross-functional teams, and self-managed work team frequently have all channel network. So here, everyone communicate with each other. Okay, they dependent with each other. Yang hijau communicate dengan biru, yang biru communicate dengan orange, yang orange communicate dengan hijau and so on. So everyone communicate with each other in the all channel network. Okay. Second type of communication network is known as organizational communication network. So an organization chart summarizes the formal reporting relationship in an organization and the formal pathway along with communication take place. Okay. So when you look at the organization chart, okay, you will see the formal reporting relationship between the subordinate and the bosses at the top. Okay. Often, however, communication is informal and flow around issues, goals, project and ideas instead of moving up and down the organisation hierarchy in a orderly fashion. Okay. Walaupun organizational structure menunjukkan formal reporting system, okay, subordinate kena bercakap dengan bos, bos kena bercakap dengan manager and so on. Tetapi usually in the real organisation, the communication process take place using informal communication. Maksudnya dia orang bercakap secara informal. Okay. So when we talk about organizational communication network, this is basically the organization, the communication network that follow the organization chart. Okay. Because the chart summarize the formal reporting channel in an organization, and communication in organization flow through formal and informal pathway. So vertical communication flow up and down corporate hierarchy based on the organization chart. So you have learned about the vertical and horizontal communication flow. Okay, kalau vertical maksudnya ke atas, horizontal maksudnya antara antara position yang sama. For example, manager talk to manager. Kalau vertical meaning that subordinate talk to the superior or the manager or supervisor. So this is what I mentioned just now. Horizontal communication flow between employee of the same level, manager and manager, or employee in financial department and employee in the human resource department, with in which they have the same position. So this is an example of horizontal communication. So informal communication can span level and department. Okay. However, when we talk about organization chart ataupun organization and communication network, okay, we have two choice. Whether we want to use the formal communication in which you communicate with each other by following the organization chart, or you are having informal communication in which you talk to somebody with high position but informally, okay, secara tidak formal. Okay, maksudnya awak tak panggil bos lah apalah, awak bercakap dengan supervisor awak secara biasa, okay, bukannya secara formal. Awak tak panggil dia bos, awak tak panggil dia tuan and so on. Dia adalah rakan awak, so awak cakap dengan supervisor secara informal. In these types of informal communication, so basically informal communication network can contribute to an organization competitive advantage, because okay, these types of informal communication network help ensure that organizational member have the information they need. Okay, sometimes kita lebih suka bercakap secara informal than formal. Okay, sebab informal boleh bagi banyak information kepada kita. Kalau formal kita perlu control many things, but informal we can have anything in order to get information. Okay, this table summarizes the formal and informal communication network in an organization. Okay, please remember formal communication network in which you follow the organization chart. Informal in which you can have communication with everyone in the organization informally. Okay, but please bear in mind there are another types of communication network which is known as external network. So this external networks refers to the network that you build, okay, that you develop with people outside the organization. That's why that is known as external network.